Hello everybody, please imagine me entering our booth at the Dallas Art Fair. Every April since 2014 we have had the pleasure of welcoming you at our booth at the Dallas Art Fair, a place where conversations, discoveries and shared passions come together. This year, due to US travel restrictions, we found it too risky participating, facing the possibility of being sent home upon arrival at the immigration desk. Our commitment to connecting with you remains unchanged. So instead of meeting in Dallas, we invite you to explore our storage showroom here in Berlin, reimagined as our fair booth for the 2026 edition of the Dallas Art Fair. Actually, this showroom here has the same dimensions as our fair booth would have had in Dallas, changing to the one you know from us from the previous years. The space here is thoughtfully curated, just as we would have presented to you there in Dallas. In my video tour, you'll discover a selection of works we are especially excited to share with you, our international community. And as always, we are delighted to offer you the same conditions you would expect from us at the fair. Please consider all works having already traveled to Dallas before. At the end of our video, you'll find links to each artist on view here with the best of selection we are currently able to offer. Wherever you are, we are grateful to stay connected and we hope you enjoy this special visit. We start our video tour with Beat Zoder, one of the most prominent artists in our stable. You have seen striking pieces of his at the previous editions of the Dallas Art Fair. Here we start our presentation of his works with the piece which you see in front of me, which is entitled Landscape. It's a two-part work which brings his geometric language into three-dimensional space. This is a one-off sculpture which has been exhibited at an institutional show in Germany, receiving a lot of attention. We also present two haiku paintings from the new concrete watercolor series by Beat Zoder. These works demonstrate a refined exploration of color, structure and spatial perception. Zoder's concrete watercolors are built from three transparent layers of acrylic paint applied to MDF or cardboard. Grids, rectangles and overlapping fields interact in subtle ways, creating unexpected depths through subtractive color mixing. What appears complex is in fact constructed with striking simplicity, echoing the concise three-line structure of a Japanese haiku poem. Now we are standing in front of our Markus Lindenbrink wall, the artist you probably know best from our stable. Lindenbrink's work revolves around epoxy resin as both paint and material. His so-called drips are probably his most prominent work group. The piece we are showing here is glowing intensively, as there would have been a hidden sound in the background. The works are shaped by gravity. The artist determines the placement of color, but not its final course. The balance of control and chance runs throughout his practice. On the other side, you find a very strong piece from the so-called reverse series. These pieces are casted into a modulated foil to achieve the three-dimensional surface you are seeing here. The casted resin, which Markus builds up from front to back, is larger than the carrying frame. That way, the entire piece floats in front of the wall. You can't resist being reminded of a 70s setting. We are also showing a brand new ceramic piece by Markus. Covered with pigments, glitter and resin, the surface retains the same intensity and luminosity while expanding his exploration of color into space. Especially the edges are rougher and more playful than in other work groups of his. For the first time, we are presenting a sculptural work by Dutch artist Jan van der Ploeg, though he intriguingly still calls these paintings. You might recall his large wall paintings for the entrance of the Dallas Art Fair as well as our booth in 2022. The new pin-looking sculpture blurs the boundaries between painting and object, inviting a fresh dialogue with his familiar pictorial language. Van der Ploeg's work is rooted in a bold interplay of geometric form, repetition, and vibrant color, built both from a visual vocabulary he has developed over decades of painting and architectural wall works. The white pedestal is just a working proposal. It can be changed to a thin steel base or even being painted in the color of your floor. It's up to you. Marcus Wegenmann's signature abstractions have long been a highlight for our Dallas collectors. In this video tour, we also take a look at two monoprints by Marcus Wegenmann from a former show at the gallery. Known for its exploration of color as an autonomous force, Wegenmann's works move between painting and print, combining intuitive gestures with carefully constructed compositions. The colors are warm and intriguing, just spreading a welcoming atmosphere. These monoprints are based on digitally processed gouache studies and realized as a unique pigmented print on fine art paper. The result is a strikingly flat yet vibrant surface where sharply defined color fields interact in dynamic tension. Despite their precision, these forms retain a sense of spontaneity and openness. Unlike other artists, Marcus Wegenmann offers the possibility to the purchasing collector to skip on the surrounding white paper base and just have the image framed. Again, up to you. There is a larger number of monoprints and a wide variety of colors and sizes available. Joachim Gromek's paintings create surprising illusions that test our perception. Although they often look like collages of sticky tape and industrial foils, they are entirely painted by hand. The works you see here are executed in lacquer on aluminum, a smooth reflective surface that enhances the trompe-l'oeil effect and makes the painted details seem astonishingly real. Gromek deliberately plays with everyday and overlooked materials. Chipboard textures, adhesive film, and tape appear so convincingly painted that viewers often try to touch or peel them. The illusionary strategy examines a surface both as physical phenomenon and as a question of how we see and understand the world. For many of our American collectors, his work is a familiar highlight from past fairs. The rosé color here is catching your eye and maybe your heart smoothly. For this presentation here, we show an Axel Lieber sculpture from the MKA work group, comparable to one which we have shown at the last fair in Dallas. There it was even larger and it got sold. The MKA work group, translating into My Constructive Day Work, reflects Lieber's long-standing engagement with modular form and spatial rhythm. Lieber is widely known for his MKA works in which everyday structures are distilled into geometric compositions that challenge how we see and experience space and object. Actually, you are looking at industrial packages, cardboard boxes which have been reduced to only their edges, being supported by wooden sticks. In the end, you receive a modular system which could represent a city as well as a geometric code. We are delighted to present works by Sandra Schipköter for the very first time in our current solo show in the gallery, as well as here for you. 2 framed cut pieces, which you see beside me, cut from mirror foil, transform surface into space and shifting visual events. While this hanging sculpture up here, giving it a little is currently shown here in 2 parts, but a much larger version you find in our gallery show. Please have a look at my actual video tour on Sandra's show as well. All of her works invite viewers into a playful dialogue with reflection and perception, offering a fresh perspective to our international audience. Thank you for taking the time to visit us in this way. We hope this presentation has brought you a little closer to the works and to us. If anything has caught your eye, we would be delighted to hear from you and to continue the conversation. Until we meet again in person, we remain very grateful for your trust and your continuous support. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.